I love you all with all my heart, with all my might. The video got cut off, but it doesn't really matter. We're talking about Hamas. You can always refer to the previous video and for the intro. But this is who we are. We are Hamas. And let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. We're infinite love. This is who we are. We live to love and we love to live. This is who we are. We're a benevolent species. This is our nature. So let's do this. Let's do this. Let's talk about Hamas. Let's talk about Hamas. Let's talk about Hamas. Okay? So let's do that. Let's do this beautiful exercise. Let's talk about Hamas. Okay? So if you look at the visual, it's an axis. Again, it's like a graph. You have the y-axis and you have the x-axis. So y-axis represents happiness because it's all about happiness, purposeful happiness, love in your heart, feeling great. It's all about that. We live to love and we love to live. This is our nature. We are a heartful species. Please refer to the previous video for the intro. Then, and the x-axis is life's journey, our life. Life in general, purposeful life, our journey, our destinations, as compass, as sundials, where we headed, all these. Is life itself, time, energy, all these, our experience here on earth. And then happiness is the other one. It's just the level of happiness. And then life's journey, right? So Hamas is about being Hamas a habit. So be Hamas. So let's break down what Hamas is. So Hamas is it's an acronym. Is 5 letters, and each letter stands for a word, a meaningful word. And let's start there. So Hamas is H for humble, the first U for unassuming, M for modest, U for unpretentious, and S for simple. So that is H for humble, U for unassuming, M for modest, U for unpretentious, and S for simple. So it reads as Hamas. It's an acronym, 5 letters. It's a 5-letter word. So Hamas. So make being Hamas a habit. Be Hamas. Hey, be Hamas. It's like a more evolved concept of humility. It's like being humble, but much more powerful because it has more meaning in it. Be Hamas is like a supercharged humility. Yeah, humane at a infinite level. So let's break it down. Let's start at the bottom because you can see it's a graph that goes up. It's almost like it's a progression through life's journey. The happiness, low, high. So high happiness equals throughout life the highest level that you reach. So you become Hamas is simple at the very top. When you're simple at the very top, but to get to being simple, you need to build up. And that's your life's journey, to build up to being simple so the whole world comes together, Hamas. So let's start at the bottom. And the first step in the journey, life's journey of happiness, is humble. Being humble. And what does that mean, being humble? Well, being humble is exactly that. It comes from the word human. If you look at the root, the etymology of it, H-U-M, just like human, humble. You see why? Because of humanity, humane, meaning our nature. Humble, our nature, human. Our human nature. And our human nature, then again, is based on instincts. I spoke about it in the previous video, and that has to do with our benevolence, because we love with our hearts, and we exist because of the human heartbeat. So the human heartbeat gives us life, the pulse of life, the pulse of creation. It generates the electromagnetic field around the human body that powers us and allows us to exist. So you see, to love is human because we love with our hearts, and we are alive because of the human heartbeat. So we live to love. This is our nature. They come together. So we are a benevolent species. We're a heartful species. We're a love-based species, a heart-based species. This is who we are. This is our nature. This is our nature. This is who we are. This is who we are. We are humble. This is our nature. And why are we humble? Because it's human. And what is that? Well, knowing who we are, our source story, our origin, who we are, our genesis, our story, knowing where we come from, our root, our why, what formed us, what shaped us into this benevolent species, and is understanding our nature, and our nature is energy. We are energy. Why? Because the electromagnetic field of creation itself, the heartbeat, the pulse of life, the pulse of creation is energy. Energy powers the human body, so we come live. Hey, we go live. We have consciousness and self-awareness, and then we can be sentient and intelligent and do what we do, have a true self and an identity, understand the notions of who we are, compass, and all these sundials. You see, starts there, understanding our light spherical nature. We're light spherical beings because of our electromagnetic field, our force field of creation. Our force field of creation. So this is who we are. This is who we are. This is who we are. So understand that. Understand that is fundamental. So it grounds us. It truly grounds us. It makes us humble because it explains who we are. We're spherical, we're infinite love, we're infinite creation. We live to love and we love to live a life of purpose. So it's beautiful. This is who we are. It's our life's journey. This is our life's journey, see, to happiness. Make being Humus a habit. Is that. It's being humble. It's all these different things. Hey, it's all these different things. It's who we are. It's our nature. So it grounds us. It grounds us on understanding that we're infinite energy, that we're infinite love, with a benevolent species, that we are creators, that we create with our hearts. The highest frequency of our heart is love. So we love with our hearts, and it makes us humble. So when we understand this nature, then we start to relate. And how do we get grounded? Because we're sundials, you see, we can stare at the sun. We can stare at the sun, and we do that with our eyes, spherical, just like the sun. The sun is a spherical object. It has its own electromagnetic field. So we open the portal and we build the bridge. And what does that do? Well, we are in a communion with the sun. We communicate with the light source, with the life force, with the creator itself, Sun, the Father, that actually created the conditions on earth so we exist in the first place, you see. And the sun has its own electromagnetic field that's spherical, just like ours. And the sun is a not spherical object. It's just beaming its energy. So when we stare at the sun and we build the bridge and we open the portal, then it's quantum entanglement. Our electromagnetic field gets in sync with the electromagnetic field of the sun. And then that's that quantum entanglement, this pairing, it gets paired. So it's communication, sending and receiving. And then we can supercharge our brains. We can supercharge our hearts. That's what happens as a result of it. The mechanism is a feedback loop that happens. Our eyes get the light through the iris, cone cells, light and colors, and then that energy comes straight into our brains and supercharges our brains and supercharges our DNA code, our structure, our script, our genome, and then it becomes more purposeful because it's supercharged and we can be more creative. Better imagination, better visions of ourselves, of our true selves. It's all connected. And then again, the same happens across the body. But then the heart, because it generates the heartbeat, gets supercharged with this. And then we have this stronger electromagnetic field, more love, more capable of being braver, courageous and taking action, heart energy and more love. So we create more powerful creations. You see, it's the humility that comes from that, understanding who we are. And it starts there with humility, who we are humans. We are light spherical beings, we're benevolent species, being humble. Humility, that's the path, is the key, is the gate. We go through it. That's the portal, that's the bridge. It starts there with humility. Understanding that's life's journey, who we are, sundials, compass, infinite eternal creators. We manifest free will with our identity and our true self because we're sentient. And we are conscious and self-aware, and we choose our free will. Our actions, our choices determine our free will, and purposeful daily action manifested. And then that becomes dreams. That becomes all these different beautiful things that are what compasses, energy, flow. Everything that compass is who we are. Energy, full circle, infinity itself. And then again, once you understand this notion and then you embody humbleness, you embody humility, you are humble, truly are with your heart, and you understand you're grounded, then it opens up another door. You move up on the ladder. Evolution is a natural scale, it's a natural evolution, it's progressional, it's a progress, it's the next step, it's the next phase, and that is unassuming. Because when you understand who you are, light spherical being, and this is our nature, infinite creator, we live to love and we love to live. Because this is who we are, we live to love and we love to live. This is our nature, infinite creator, light spherical beings. This is who we are. When this comes into motion and we do this, well, then again, we become unassuming, meaning we don't have to spend energy, lower frequency below love, and start to assume things with incomplete data sets. We don't really know, it's incomplete information. We don't really know what's going on. We don't really know what others think, what others do. Each to their own. We live and let live. You don't make assumptions about things. You don't make assumptions about people. You don't make assumptions about the world, because you're here and now living your life purposefully, loving and creating. So you free up yourself all this energy. So you don't allow yourself to make assumptions that are taking all this energy out of you. So you're unassuming. You see, the more you learn, the less you know. You're humble in that way, and you keep moving, you keep progressing in the life's journey, because it teaches you many lessons when you start to think about life in those terms, unassuming terms, and then you become a much more powerful creator. Your creations are much more bigger. Your dreams are much more bigger, and you manifest your dreams much faster because you have more energy to create here and now. And this is what we do. That's why unassuming is such an important step on the path of life's journey towards happiness and being Humus, because it allows us to understand these, not getting caught in the webs of assumptions and what those represent. So then again, we move up a ladder again, we're climbing up. So then we get to the third stage, and this third stage is beautiful because it's modesty, it's being modest. And modesty, you look at the word M-O-D-E in the beginning, it's about being a model, being an example, being a standard, being a leader. And modesty is that, is understanding who you are without making any assumptions, because you know who you are. You know who you are because you know what you've done. And what it takes to be there is modesty. So it's like this next step is this accumulation of wisdom, of happiness in your life's journey through being humble and unassuming, that allows you to be modest and understand that there is always something new to learn, because we are infinite in nature, because our nature is infinite, and this is who we are, and it's just part of life. And that's what we do. And this is what we do. We understand that we are part of everything. We are infinite. And we are infinite love. And we live to love. And we love to live. And we live day by day. Purposeful daily action. Here and now. We create. We manifest our dreams. We're compass. We're sundials. And this is what we do. We're grounded. We're unassuming. And we're modest. We don't compare ourselves with others. We just live our lives. Live and let live. Walk the talk, and no hard feelings. We just go through life by loving and creating, and being an example, being a model, a role model, being a leader by our actions, because our actions speak louder than words. Our actions speak for themselves. Our actions have a voice of their own. They speak volumes. We don't have to talk for our actions. Our actions speak for themselves, and that's just it. That's just it. So it's about modesty. It's being modest. It's not making assumptions, and understanding that you are love, and you vibrate at the highest frequency, which is love. And then that's life. You stay there. That's what you do. That's where you stay at, because it's a very healthy place to be. It's a happy place for life. It's a purposeful place. It's beautiful. It's creation, It's the pinnacle of life. Then once you're modest, you graduate into a new level, a new phase, a new stage, a new step. It's an accumulation of things. You are mature enough, your maturity is there, it's obvious, it's tangible, it's palpable. It's not only something that you feel, but others also recognize, and they see your modesty, and they see who you are, and they let you be. They let you be, and they accept you, and actually sometimes even come to you and confide, and and they try to learn and observe and watch, and it's a beautiful mechanism. It's a beautiful mechanism. So that's what it is, modesty. So then we move into this next higher. You see, it's almost like modesty needs to be tested. It needs to be challenged so you graduate to the next level, because that's how infinity works. Infinity is based on scales, thresholds, surpassing limits, critical mass, and all these things. Graduation is gradual. You move in stages, these degrees, and you get into them with love and consciousness and self-awareness. And it's all about your vibration. It's all about your state. It's all about your state of mind. It's all about your frequency of love, your creation ability that allows you to get to that level, to this higher level, to these other levels. So it starts there. And then modesty is the foundation for that next step, which is being unpretentious. Because that's almost like the reality check of modesty. We'll see if you're really modest. We'll see how modest you are. And the way infinity, creation itself, biology, consciousness, self-awareness tests your modesty, your actual resolve, is by seeing how pretentious you are. If you are pretentious, if you think you're better than others, if you think you're special, if you think you're superior, or like if you are just better, and then you like make yourself, your behavior resembles that, your actions resemble that. So that's what it is. And the graduation is being unpretentious, is understanding that because you know who you are, you're infinite energy, infinite creation, infinite love. We're light spherical beings, we're sundials, we're compass. We are here to love, we live to love, and we love to live. We have purposeful lives. We're one with everything. Then there's no need to really be pretentious and think lesser of others or anything, because you know that we all humans, and this is a life journey. We all choose our journey. We all have free will, and we choose where we act. We choose where we act with our actions, because our actions define us. You see, our actions define us, and actions determine our destinations for that very reason, because of free will. We creators, remember, we create with our hearts, and what's in our hearts is what we create. The level of frequency of our heart determines the level of creation that we manifest. So if we are loving, we're going to create loving things, and the outcome will be loving. So that's what unpretentious is, because you understand this. You don't have to impose yourself or do anything in society. You don't have to do anything in society that's crazy or anything like that, or pretentious, or like superiority of all these, arrogance, or you name it, because then again, you know who you are, an infinite creator, and you know that everyone is that, but we all at different stages, different paths, different journeys, but the destination is always the same. We all, is part of evolution, going to get to infinite self-awareness, because this is the journey of the human species, becoming light spherical beings. This is our path, and becoming conscious and self-aware is the mechanism because of love, because love is the highest frequency of the human heart that generates the electromagnetic field in the first place that makes us light spherical beings. So vibrating at that frequency of love is the one that allows us to graduate through these different stages. And unpretentiousness is getting to that level where you actually, you graduated, you passed the test, you are actually truly modest, because you're not unpretentious. You're not pretentious, you're unpretentious. You're the opposite of that. You actually empathize with humans, and you love them, and you have a real love for them, and you do what you can to help them. And that's love, creation itself, and you are the example, you're the role model, you're the leader. And you're not that because you talk about it, but because of your actions. And your actions speak for themselves, and people resonate with love, and they will see that, and they will gravitate towards it, and then they will just do their own thing, and the journey will be of their own choice, and they have their own way to get to it. Because we all gonna get there eventually, because we are energy in the end. So we always gonna go towards our source, because we're infinite energy, infinite creation. We just at the biological scale of it. So, but that is what it is. That's what it is. That's what unpretentious is. Being able to understand this, discern this, and put it into motion, so you get to this higher level. Because once you are fully unpretentious and you really are that, you add the role model, you add the example, then you graduate into the highest level. That formulates the whole acronym. Humus comes together as one, and which is the last letter of the acronym of the word, which is S, that stands for simple. You see, life's journey is about simplicity, is making it elegant, making it simple. You see, no luggage, no baggage, just simple life, a simple life. But a simple life, it doesn't mean a boring life, a poor life. It means it could be a very meaningful life, purposeful life, full of joy and happiness. I am very joyful, very happy. I'm very joyous. I'm very, very purposeful. I'm very fulfilled, and I'm very meaningful. And there's a lot of meaning in my life, and it's all because of it. It's all because of my ability to have been able to move across this spectrum, and understanding that simplicity is the journey. Because in the end, I'm sharing my life's journey with you. My book is my life's journey. It's what I've done to be where I'm at right now, making being Humus a habit. Because obviously, as everything, you can go up and down this spectrum. And you need to be Humus. Hey, being Humus is that. Be Humus is putting everything into... If you're not being pretentious, why am I behaving this? And you go back to modesty. And then you build up again. And go into simplicity and be simple again. If you're not being modest, then you're making assumptions. Why am I making assumptions? Then you go back to humility, you see, and ramp up again. And then from assuming to modesty, and then unpretentious and simple, is this beautiful cycle. Hey, it's all about happy, and it's all about happiness. It's about how you feel. If you feel good, and being simple is a wonderful thing. It's the pinnacle of life, purposeful life. Life's journey is that. It's about being an infinite eternal creator. Be Humus and use your compass. So you're a leader, you're a defender. I have spoken about this in the past. So that's what it is. It's understanding that simplicity is powerful, because then again, when you're simple, you don't have to explain yourself. Your actions speak for themselves. So people learn faster because they watch you, and it's easier. It's also easier to approach you. It's easier to get to you, and all these different things. You see, it's just easier. It's just much easier, much easier to approach you and to just relate and all these different things because of your simplicity. It's self-explanatory, really. It's self-explanatory. So this is what make being Humus a habit is. Humus, happiness, life's journey, starts with humble, as non-assuming, modest, on pretentious and simple, all together as one. Humus. Be Humus. Humanity, I love you all with all my heart, with all my might. Know this. Love you with all my heart, with all my might. I truly do. I know who we are. We light spherical beings. We're compass. We're sundials. This is who we are. This is our nature. We are benevolent species. I love you all with all my heart, with all my might. Every day, love you. We are the citizens of the Republic of Planet Earth. We are the defenders of the Republic of Planet Earth. This is who we are. This is our nature. I love you all with all my heart, with all my might.